Now, my name is Tosin, and today we'll be talking about the second level, the second housemate for Big Brother Naija season 7. And so far, so good. The show has been running, and today we just want to talk about the profile of this um, set of housemates that are in the house who are competing for the grand prize of 100 million naira. So today I have with me my guest, which is Danny. Hi.
Hi, Olori, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How is everything going with you?
Fantastic, fantastic. Nice to be here with you.
How is everything going with you?
Fantastic. Um,
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for joining me on this live stream.
Thank you for having me, Tosin. Thank you for having me.
All right, so today we just want to talk about the second set of housemates, and which is just to talk about their profiles and also to, you know, talk about what people need to look out for them, when it comes to the housemates playing their game in the house. So are we
Okay.
ready to take it one after the other?
Yes, let's go.
All right, so we'll be starting off with Bella. Of course, we all know Bella is the sweet girl in level 1. So for those who don't know, who are watching, the house is divided into two, which is level 1 and level 2. And and we have 12 housemates in each houses. So these 24 housemates are actually playing the game to win the grand prize, which is to win the grand prize, which is 100 million naira, which is 100 million naira. So this live stream is just talk about the second set of housemates because we've not done it on our channel, so we decided to do it today. And joining me to run this is Dami. Dami, thank you for joining. I had to drag out the way from Twitter.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
All right, so we're going on with the first housemate, which is Bella. So what do you think about Bella in the house?
Omo, Olori, I think that so to be very honest, my energy on a scale of 1 to 100 between the trenches and the islanders has been like 70% for the trenches and 30% for the islanders, right? Because as much as I'm trying to form bougie, I think that I'm identifying with the trenches more on this season,
Oh
right?
wow.
So so for Bella, um I've had a number of people talk about, how beautiful she is and all of that. And like they say, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And I also think she's a pretty girl. But I'm afraid for her, right? I've been watching her
True.
closely and I've seen how,
Mm,
she has started the game, especially
mm,
entertaining the attention from SHEGGZ. And I think that um, she's treading on a slippery slope,
mm.
right? See, Nepa has taken light. I think she's treading on a slippery slope because I see it looks like a replay of something that I've seen before in previous seasons, especially
Mm,
because we see SHEGGZ do the same thing to other females. Now I know that sometimes it's usually
mm,
a cultural thing, a cultural judgmental
mm.
thing to say that SHEGGZ is womanizing, right? I'm echoing, or am I echoing on your side, Tosin? Okay, so I think it's a cultural thing to judge SHEGGZ by saying he's womanizing,
Mm.
but I also understand that
All right. So,
he comes from a different culture, right? And I think that the attention that he's giving other females may not necessarily mean that he's flirting with them. It may just mean that he's being friendly and being, the normal meeting people thing that he's doing. But for Bella, I think that she should just be aware, right? And not just imagine that she's the center of someone's attention and she will not go and lose guard. Olori, to lose guard on this show is not the motive for defying all the odds of millions of people that signed up for this show and came here. So I think that she should just be aware of what's happening around her and be sure that her head is still in the game.
I like that. I like that. All right. So that's for the first housemate. First housemate in level 1. So we're going on to Elo Swag. Elo Swag.
Elo Swag is what do they call him? He's something they've associated him with an artist. That's the head of house, right? So that's the head of house, right?
Yes.
Elo Swag. Well, I think he's trying to do a good job. I'm excited. The honest truth is that anybody that puts in so much effort and wins in the house, yes, anybody that puts in so much effort and wins at any task, as a matter of fact, I'm very excited for the person, right? Because you know that at every stage in the Big Brother house, you have the opportunity to win. So you don't have to wait for the grand prize before you can score a win. You can actually win at every stage of the game. So I'm really excited for him. He has started off on a very good note. It's always a remarkable thing for someone to be the first head of house for each game or for each season. So I'm excited for him. I saw that he called the meeting of the house and tried to, put some structure into the maintenance of their space for them to take responsibility. So I think he started well. So he still has a few more days in this leadership position. So let's see the way he goes. Let's see how his reign is going to be. What's going to be the state of the house by Sunday? But I'm excited for him.
All right, thank you so much. Another thing again I would like to add about Elo Swag is that he said he's coming with his creativity. He said he's coming with love and light, and of course, seeing him as the first head of house for this season actually, sets the tone on the right path. So let's see how it goes. And I think so far his leadership in the house has been great. I like the fact that he looks after the other housemates in his house. So this season came up with a different thing, which is we have the head of house and the tail of house. So now we have to go back to Bella because Bella is the tail of the house. So what do you think?
Yeah. So I think that what Big Brother has done with this tail of the house is that he has tried to do something about people that are lackadaisical about their tasks, right? So if you remember the last season, we had some people like my precious Angel who she no send anybody. So if she wins, she wins. As smart as she was not ready to exert herself physically to do anything, and it was obvious to the whole world. So I think what Big Brother is doing now is is trying to make people put in their all to ensure that they participate fully, for the task. Nobody wants to be tagged the tail in any way or in any form, right? So I think that this is one great thing that Big Brother has done. She will not want to be in the same position next time, and nobody will want to take the mantle from her the next time. So everybody will try. So what we will see is, when they say A for effort, right? So that's what we'll see next time. By next week, Monday, when they are playing the head of house game, definitely someone has to be the tail of the house. But we'll see that the person puts in more effort than they would have regularly done in some of these tasks. So I'm happy about that. And well, I haven't watched her close enough to see if she's wearing the other side of her outfit, but I'm sure she's following Biggie's instruction. But one of the things that I like about Bella is that she's not wearing it on her face, right? So she's not emotional about it, which is good. Because if she's emotional about it, she will feed off that. Other people may feed off that energy from her, but she's not emotional about it, which is I give her a thumbs up for that.
I actually like that she doesn't feel bad about it, and we'll
Nah.
definitely see more of Bella in action for this season.
Hmm.
So we'll be moving on to the next housemate, which is Doyin. And Doyin says her personality is a mix of Michelle Obama and Cardi B.
I agree, Olorio. I
you
agree,
know
Tosin.
and she's a 26-year-old who always tries to have a positive outlook on life, and she's
Hmm.
very good at multitasking. So she's both a lover and a fighter who hails from Ondo State here in Nigeria. She says she brings positivity, energy, and a little bit buzz nose to the Bbnaija level up show. So one of the things that noticed immediately Doing went on stage was that she gave us the Tolani badge vibes. And I was wondering, where is this girl from? Who is this
Bad
girl?
bitch in the building.
Omo Yoruba.
Are you with me, Tosin?
All right, so let's hear from you, Dami. Let's hear from you. Yes, I
Okay,
am. Let's hear
so
from you.
yeah, so for doing, so doing is I like doing, right? So if you ask me who are my top three people, top favorite people in the isle on the island, I'll mention doing as one of the top three. I like her. I like her energy. I like her demeanor. The way she behaves. I like that she's well spoken. And the Cardi B part of it, I saw it on her page. I checked her Instagram page yesterday, and I saw some videos on her page. I was like, oh, this girl is a party girl. She likes to dance. She likes to have some fun. You know, So for the Michelle Obama part, I think I can see what she's talking about with the way she carries herself, the way she speaks. Um, I liked the way she coordinated that game, right? That they had maybe like 2 days ago or something like that. And yeah, so I think she's doing well. She's living up to it. I will also commend her because a lot of people give many promises when they get to the stage. I don't know whether they're starstruck about seeing Ebuka, or the excitement level about coming on the show is just off the roof, because they promise a lot of stuff on the stage, and once they enter into Big Brother's house, it seems like they leave that thing at the at the door with the ninjas or with whoever opened the door for them. So I'm glad that Doyin is kind of meeting up to that expectation, or to her manifesto about being like a Michelle Obama. By Friday, Saturday, we will know about the Cardi B side, sha, but we are fine with the Michelle Obama that we are seeing so far.
We actually like the Michelle Obama side of Doing, and of course,
Yes,
moving on to Adekunle. And
fine
Adekunle
boy
is
Adekunle.
is also known as God's very own child,
Hmm.
and he's a 27-year-old digital marketer, based here in Lagos. He considers himself a self-actualized introvert. Ooh, okay. So who takes pride in being a giver that solves other people's problems, and he also believes in love at first sight, and is 101% excited to be in the Big Brother Niger house. So Dami, what do you think about Adekule? Yeah, Dami, are you with us?
Can you hear me? I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm saying that. Did you hear what I said? I said everybody was tripping for
I
Adekunle when
can
he
I can
first
hear
came
you
into the
loud and clear.
house.
So what do you think about Adekule?
everybody was tripping for Adekunle when he first came into the house, right? And but I can't blame them because a Yoruba demon is a Yoruba demon. Anyhow you want to see it, wherever you put them, they will always manifest. Nobody can resist a tall, dark, and handsome guy. So you have to give it to him. He came ticking all the boxes. His voice came with a gusto. He came with the bars. He came with all of that. So you really can't blame him. Um, what so for him, well, so to be honest with you, right before this live stream started, I was thinking about the housemates, and what I was telling myself is that I think that one of the things that all of them get to miss, well, I'm seeing it different this season with Phyna, but one thing that most of them get to miss is the fact that this first week is very crucial in their journey in the Big Brother house. They are supposed to be hitting it, giving us back-to-back hits on this first week. And to be very honest with you, I'm not getting that vibe from the Islanders generally, on a general scale, right? I would have expected more. I was saying to someone yesterday that it looks like each of them are not able to stand alone in their own personality and give us solid entertainment, right? They need to ride on each other. And you can't be waiting for someone else's energy to ride on before you can give us what you have or what you bring to the table. I want to see what you bring to the table on the first day. I want to see or rather in the first week. I want to see it. I don't. What are you waiting for actually? You're giving your handlers a tough time outside the house, right? You are giving your follower. Those of us that want to stand yourself, we don't have the ginger to stand you anymore because you're not giving us content. So I think Adekunle also falls into that box, right? Where I'm not seeing anything aside from his fine boyness that he's flaunting over the place, bare chested sometimes in the house, despite the cold that other people are complaining about, asking Bella whether he's smelling nice, interrupting an intimate session between, or well, a conversation between, he's just there. He's just a number right now, in my opinion. But like I said, this is the first week. They still have a lot more to show, a lot more to display. But I wished that they um, gave us back to back on this first day, on this first week rather. So Adekunle is there, but I haven't really gotten any much vibes from him, not yet.
Okay. So you've not gotten more vibes from Adekunle. Let's see how this goes in the house. So the next person that we are going to talk about is Allison. Allison is, I mean, when I saw Allison walk on the stage to meet Ebuka, I was like, oh my God. This looks like the lady from Wakanda, the character from Wakanda. And of course, she's a bawdy. She looks good. She looked sexy on stage when she walked up to Ebuka. So Allison describes herself as a fighter and, of course, a lover. So what how she's going to run for the grand prize, which is 100 million naira. So, Dami, what do you think about Allison?
Well, right now, I think one of the things I like about Allison now is the friendship she's forming with people in the house, because whether Biggie said it to the housemates early in the game or not, it is common sense, I imagine, that anybody should know that you need allies when you're in this game, right? So in previous Big Brother sets that we watched, or Big Brother seasons, I think that we'll see clearly how people formed allies and those allies took them to the top, even when we thought that they shouldn't. Some people, probably were not deserving of getting to a certain point in the game. Depends on what scale we use to judge each of these personalities. So I like that she's forming alliances. I like that she's forming friendships. Whether it's real or not, that's not the Coco now, Tosi. The Coco here is that she's having friends. And trust me, when Doyin goes into the diary room, in as much as she knows that she's here for the game, but she wants to have a friend close by, right? She wants to have a friend in the house with her till they get to a certain point where she doesn't have a choice but to vote her out because, well, everybody came for the money. So that's one of the things I like that she's doing. I like that she's connecting with people. I like that she's not feeling um different in terms of her looks. I like that, someone said, so I heard someone made a comment once that she's timid or she was shy or something like that. And another person replied that it's not possible that Alison is shy, right? Because the level of courage it takes for you to carry this kind of hairstyle in a country like Nigeria. Omo, you're not outside this country, So I like that she's bold. I like her voice. I like her voice. I like her friendship with
True,
Doyin, I must
true.
say. So let's see where it
Yeah.
goes. Like I said, a lot
Mm,
of them are not particularly
mm,
standing out, but I mean, I'm beginning to notice one or two things that each of these people are doing that I really like
mm,
about them. But in terms of playing the game and being strategic about standing out from the crowd, because come on, Nigerians are switching between two channels, or let me not say Nigerians, the world is switching between two channels and 24 housemates. You cannot, just afford to disappear, you know, just somewhere. You cannot afford to be in the crowd. That's why I'll forever stand Phyna, because as much as I did not align with some of the things that she was doing initially, but I'm beginning to see that this girl is standing out. This girl is, whether it's a strategy or not, but she's standing out. Everybody is talking about her. Everybody is, I'm seeing her name flying over social media, over the internet, and all of that. That is what it means to stand out, right? In your own way, not necessarily being loud, but what unique thing do you bring to the table, and how do you want the world to focus on that particular thing that you bring to the
mhm,
table, so that they can recognize you. That's what I'm looking for,
mhm,
especially on the island, especially on the island. Yeah.
mhm.
I can't hear you, Tosi.
Sorry, so I said we're moving on to Dotun. Dotun is the next person we want to talk about. He hails from Ekiti State, and he mentioned on stage that he'll be bringing sexiness and entertainment to the show. For a lot of people who are, you know, they are on this show and you are here to win, you are here to run for the race of 100 million naira, which is not small money. And then when they ask you what is your strategy, what are your plans, and you tell us you're bringing sexiness, you're bringing this, you're bringing that. Let's see how this would actually make you stay in the
Who
house.
sexiness
So,
even
what do you
help,
think about Dotun
Olori?
so far?
Who sexiness help? In the actual sense of it, who sexiness help? Your sexiness is just going to deceive your housemates, and that's the honest truth. Who sexiness help? Who has won this game by sexiness? Especially when you're a guy, right? So, I think I commented on one of the spaces that you hosted one time um that it looks like, especially these housemates, honestly, I think their level of preparedness for this show was very low. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think their level of preparedness was low because I'm seeing it every day, some things that they say and how they are just going about the activities that it be like say they know to get on like that, how the show was going to go on. Okay. So for Dotun, I think he's a Saga Pro Max or a budding Saga, not a Saga Pro Max, a budding Saga, especially with his triangular friendship with Allison and my Michelle Obama.
Seriously.
So the only thing in this equation, in this their triangle, is that I think he doesn't have a romantic feeling towards any of the two ladies there. He likes someone else outside that triangle. So that's the only difference between this triangle and the triangle we experienced in the Shine Your Eyes season, right? So like I said, he's disappearing into the background. I haven't seen anything really that stands him out, but I'm hoping that there was a time during the Shine Your Eyes season that Ebuka came and gave the house a factory what's this thing? How do I call this thing? A factory reset or something like that. A like a shock therapy kind of thing where he made them realize that guys, you are in this game. You are not even ginger, no, they're not too. I don't know, Olori. I don't know if you feel the same way I feel, but I'm not feeling these guys. That's why, as bougie as I am, or I claim to be, I'm in the trenches of this season. Like, anyhow you want to see I'm there. I come to do Gbeboro on the island to look at people that are, wooing themselves and all of that. But I need to see more, and that's the honest truth. So I was having a conversation with someone. And I told them that I wish Biggie could just pick a few people from the trenches and bring them into the into the island, and you will see how things are going to switch up because I just think they need some catalyst to just trigger what they have on their inside. But like I said before, if you came here to win the money and your lifeline on Big Brother's show or in Big Brother's house is dependent on how you are able to, excuse me, on how you are able to convince the people on the outside that you are worthy of staying inside, then I don't think that it is wise to wait for someone to initiate or to catalyze or to trigger that unique thing about you before you show it to the world. So I think they're just sleeping on a bicycle. But let's see. Big Brother, obviously there's no eviction this week, so they have one more week to prove to us that they
Mm,
are really in for the money. Yeah.
mm. Thank you so much, Dami, for that.
You're
And you actually
welcome.
said a lot about Dotun. So let's see how it goes because this is just fresh into the show, and we'll definitely get to see more of what they'll be bringing to the show this year. So we're moving on
Mm.
to CHOMZY. CHOMZY, our real name is Esther. She's from Imo State, and CHOMZY did mention on stage that she will bring in the vibes to the house, and she's generous, she's caring, and life of your party. So I said that more of these housemates are vibey, they're entertaining, and they call themselves life of the party, and we want to see that side of them when it comes to Friday parties and Saturday parties. So Dami, what do you think about Chomzi?
Well, I really haven't noticed Chomzy. I think she's one of the housemates on the island that I cannot even. I won't know her if I see. I won't know her by name if I see her. She's one of those housemates. I haven't really paid her much attention. But well, if they are all waiting for weekend to bring out the batch beach version of them, let's wait for the weekend. When they party, get drunk, probably that's where their selling point is, right? So let us wait for them. Let's wait to get to that bridge. And well, but I haven't really noticed her. I must be sincere, I haven't noticed her. She hasn't given me so much to look forward to. I'm not even hearing her name on the lips of people. I'm not seeing her name pop up on social media. I'm not seeing so much about her. So
Hmm.
she probably is not offering anything right now. She still has some time, but I hope it won't be too late by the time she decides to give us some content.
Okay, so that's all for Chomzi, and we are moving
Mhm.
on to the next housemate, which is Giddy Fire. So Giddy Fire, his real name is Gideon, and he who is a team player who enjoys playing around. He's from Akwa Ibom State, and his friends gave him the nickname Fire. So the 24-year-old engineer respects friendships and tries to avoid drama and betrayal. So he said he has many friends, but he's careful to let a
I really didn't hear. I didn't hear the ending part of your introduction. It was hanging.
Oh, okay. So I did mention, I talked about Giddy Fire, who is the
Mm-hmm.
next housemate you're talking about. So you mentioned
Mm-hmm.
he's a team player and he's a likable person. And so
Mm-hmm.
far, I mean, so far we've seen him, everywhere in the house, talking, chatting, and all. And he did mention that he's going to bring the vibes, that he's also a lover. So I want to hear your opinion about Giddy Fire so far.
Omo, Giddy Fire is the guy that laughs at his own jokes, right? His voice is like Davido's voice.
He's the one. He's the
Yes.
one.
The guy, I don't understand. But anyway,
Exactly the same thing I said when I heard him
his
speak.
voice is
And
like
even
Davido's
today, when he was
voice.
speaking, I was like, "Why? This sounds so much like Davido. Like, what's
Yeah.
going
In
on?"
fact, on the screen, when I was watching the show today, someone commented, one of the comments that scrolled on on the bottom of the screen said, now Davido be that, because his voice is so much like Davido's voice. Um, So, well, I think so. One of the things that I know Giddy Fire has done or is doing is he's connecting with other housemates. I see him talking to his fellow guys. I see him connecting with the ladies. I've seen him in the kitchen, probably washing plates. Um, something. I've seen Giddy Fire connect with other housemates, which is one of the essentials, right? When you get into the house, it's important to know people. Maybe not in a malicious way, not trying to take advantage of them, like Amaka has said she would do when she connects with people. But just connecting with them generally, getting to know people. Come on, these are people that you are going to be living in the same house with, or you live in the same house with. These are people. This is a place where um 1 hour or 1 day on the outside world is like 5 days inside, because it's just so long. That's why you see them eating at 3:30 a.m. when the whole world is sleeping, or well, maybe when Nigerians are sleeping, right? Because they don't even know time. So time is long and short at the same time. It's just a confusing state of a state to be. So it's important that you meet people, you work, you connect with people, know about them, have conversations, right? Have conversations, know people, just talk. Because the honest truth is that after the show, these are people that you connect with, right? These are your new set of friends. These are people that you may need to work together, collaborate together, and win together actually, whether in the house or outside the house. So I think I've seen him do a lot of that. I've seen him talk with people. I've seen him, connect, laugh. He laughs a lot anyway. So, and I think he has a lot of energy. Um, I think he has a lot of energy. So I don't see. I think he has talked about winning a couple of times. So I guess his head is in the game. I don't know his. I really can't judge his level of hunger in terms of hungry for the money, wanting to win at all costs and all of that. Some other people, you can hear it in their voice, you can feel it through their breath and all of that. But for him, I think, well, he got a slot in the Big Brother's house anyway, so I guess he's here for the money. I just don't know how hungry. I really can't judge his level of hunger for the money, but he's doing well. I think he's doing well. He's not standing out particularly for me, but he's doing well. He's doing well connecting with his housemates and making Big Brother's house a
Yes,
home for himself. That I like
he
about
is.
him. Yes, he's doing that.
Okay, so that's a lot about Giddy Fire, though. It sounds more like Davido, and
He does.
for his friends to give him the slang, which is fire. So definitely,
Yes.
I'm sure he's connected somehow to Davido. But anyways, we are moving on to Diane. Diana, she's 33 years old, and she's even the oldest for this season. So Diana is the oldest housemate for this season, and she put for my entrance that she might just be the spiciest though. Also, she's born in France, but from Edo State here in Nigeria. She's sociable, family oriented, passionate about self development, and loves learning about new cultures. So Diana has the French she has a French tone in her voice, and she's one person that a lot of people are also looking forward to. So, what do you think about Diana Dami?
So for Diana, I fell in love with her accent or with her accent. Um, I really fell in love with it. Now I've lived with some French people. Like we had when I was young, we had family friends who lived with us who spoke French, who lived in maybe Cote d'Ivoire. What's this country? Ivory Coast, or some of these French speaking countries. So I'd always been a lover of the French accent, right? So it is intriguing for me. I will make it start speaking all the H. There's some way they speak, so I really love it. I really love it. And
Okay.
for the for the oldest person in the house, I think she's relating very well. And not to say that it's expected of her to want to lord over people or want to behave like, oh, you're not my mate or you're the oldest people. Or we know that there are some people that when they realize that they're the oldest person in the house, they begin to grow shoulder pads, right? And but she's connected with her housemates. I see her listen a lot. She listens a lot when people speak. um she's connecting with people. I've seen her making jokes and really engaging and participating, right, in the activities. She tries to speak broken English once in a while when no they enter, gauge, but is I just like she's connecting, really. She's connecting. um and I like that she has a very ready, pretty face. I actually thought she was doing she had makeup on one day. Her lips are came colored, Olori, like Abinibi. I was like, what? So she's connecting with people. She's having fun. You can see that she's having fun actually. Um, when they're in the garden, she's engaging, they're laughing and all of that. So
She's actually
she's
a
doing
pretty
well.
person on screen.
Yes,
Like Diana's face
yes,
is, she
yes.
looks, I mean, Diana looks beautiful. She's very pretty.
Mm-hmm,
And a lot
mm-hmm,
of Nigerians are commending her for it. Or short, a lot of Bbnaija lovers
mm-hmm.
are commending her for her skin. For her skin looks really, really great.
Yes, yes. Very, very great, I must say. I agree. Her skin looks very great. Very great. Very great. Yeah. And she has talked about her story. I like that she's open. Well, definitely she hasn't gone into some depth, but she has talked about her story, her journey to the Big Brother house, some of her struggles. So she's connecting with the housemates. She's like I said about Giddy Fire, it is a requirement for your survival. It's a prerequisite, for your survival, that you're able to connect with these housemates, because on that level you find some things that tie you and a housemate together or bond you and a housemate together, and you can now build other kind of friendships from there or other kind of alliances from there. Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about so many housemates in level one, and these are the new set of housemates who joined the previous housemates in their Big Brother Naija house. So now we are moving on to the next person, which is Hermes. So Hermes is the rave right now when it comes to social media. People are really talking about Ems. He's a very unique. I see him as a unique character. I see him as a unique person. I see him as someone who is different. Different in terms of thinking, spirituality, looks, expressions, speaking. He has everything different. So I really vibe with him. So
Hmm.
Ems. Chibweze Iyele is in the BB Nigeria level up house to tell stories. So the most exciting thing about him is that he has two girlfriends. So he's in an open relationship. He has two girlfriends and they both know each other. So when he mentioned this on stage, everyone was like, "Oh wow!" Like maybe they've never seen anyone come out so boldly on TV to actually talk about their relationship. Of course, you all know that different people would see it in a different way, but for him to come boldly to even talk about his relationship like that, that's actually thumbs up, to him. All right, so Ems has been able to perform some of his original dance pieces at reputable festivals in Lagos, and he has also appeared in music videos for Afrobeat stars including Burna Boy, Davido, and Ajabo Hustlers. Dami, what do you think about
Hmm.
him?
My guy, my guy, my guy. So, Olori, you know that we've had this Hermes conversation on your space before. And if we start, I wish my clan was here. Let's have this conversation again on this platform. you know, because let me start from when Hermes came on the show, right? Um, so we know that number one, someone mentioned on your space one day, your Twitter space one day, that we judged Ari harshly, or not, let me, when I say we, not me inclusive, the world judged Ari, or most people judged Ari harshly when she came on the show. And looking at Hermes now, he looks like a replica of Ari, but in a guy, right? And aside from the two girlfriend things, which was not an information that we knew whether Ari was involved in it or not, but in terms of the physical appearance, in terms of first impression, it's similar. Ari and Hermes come across as come across or look similar in their looks, but you don't hear anybody condemning Hermes for that. And I think that this is, and even though this may not be the platform to talk extensively about this, but I can say briefly that it shows that women are usually judged on a different um, scale than men, right? Additional to the fact that he said he even has two girlfriends that know each other, and the world is still not judging him. Let's just leave that. Let me not say much about that. But in terms of his game, the guy looks hungry, and this is not a detrimental comment to him. He looks hungry in terms of the way he speaks, when he talks about his background. When you will know that this guy came to play the game. As a matter of fact, when he was um, playing the head of house game, I didn't know that he did anything wrong, right? So, but if you see the way he was playing the game, Omo, he looked like someone that was here to win that head of house. His hands were steady from the flash that I saw anyway. His hands looked steady. He was, he was crouched over his pipe just to ensure that the thing doesn't fall. As in, he had laser focus on that ball just to ensure that, that he wins that game. And he was going very swiftly. So you will see that he's here for the game. You don't need a prophet to tell you that this guy is here to play and he's here to win. We've connected with him on social media in terms of a lot of his videos that has been out, news that people have known about him before that has resurfaced on the internet. So we are not just connecting with him as a housemate, we are connecting with him emotionally, from the other things that we have experienced, through him before, that we not even know that he was the one until this resurfaced, right? So I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's not feeling different. He's not behaving different in terms of his looks, um, in terms of probably his background. A number of people on the show have more privileged background than he has, but Omo, he has come so far because he has worked his ass off to get to where he is. He has worked his butts off. So he comes to Big Brother's house with so much pride to say that I worked for this and I earned it. I'm so happy for him. Honestly, I'm rooting for him. Um, and one of the things, Olori, that I said yesterday to someone
And
was,
I actually want to interject. I'm sorry, but
mm-hmm,
I want to say something.
mm-hmm,
Immediately it was announced on stage. I
mm-hmm,
was watching the show with my younger brother in the house, and he
mm-hmm,
said, "Oh, I know this guy on social media. He went viral when something happened, like, I mean, something happened to him, so he went viral at that time, like, oh, you knows this guy, you knows this guy, like he saw him on TV and he could recognize him. And since he has been on the show, people have been talking about his work. They brought out the videos he featured on. They talked about his work. They talked about his girlfriends. People are saying a lot of things about him. And recently he talked about how he sold his iPhone 13 phone to actually cater for his mom. So it shows that the guy is more of humanity, than the way he looks. Like he's much more deeper than what you guys see, which is the reason why I said he's someone that I actually vibe with as one of the housemates in the house. He's someone that actually vibe with. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So
that's
this
it,
is,
Dami.
I think that Hermes story is one of the what's it called? How do I say it? Hermes story is one of the examples that we can place on the table when we say don't judge a book by its cover, right? Because as much as it's easier to judge someone when you see the person in terms of their physical appearance. But if you take a break and dig deeper, get to know people better, you will know that there's more to them than the surface level that they actually, or the appearances or the surface that people connect to first. So I like that about him. I like that about him. Then I see that he's very open, right? I saw that he went to meet Allison and told Allison that he's sexually attracted to her and he would like them to connect with each other. And so I see that he's open, he's bold,
All right
his
then.
confidence level is, so
He is very, very open, very open.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
rooting for
so
him.
we want to quickly go to the second, which is we have two more housemates to talk about, which is Chichi.
Okay.
And Chichi is she this is one exciting, or I would say one interesting profile for this season. I like the way she introduced herself. She
Hmm.
first of all said that this is a dream come true for her.
Come true.
And she also did mention that she's an exotic dancer, that most
Hmm.
people look down. Chichi, I like your boldness. She's 22 years old. She calls herself a sweet psycho who is bringing originality to the house. So she describes herself as an audacious chef who is not afraid of telling her truth and sharing her desire and passion. So Chichi wants to be on Big Brother Naija to show people that there is more to being a stripper than meets the high. Okay. That's the profile of Chichi. So, that means let's just quickly talk about Chichi before we move on to the last person.
Big Brother get mine this year, with the lineup of people that he brought into the show, and I'm ready for this. We asked for more diversity in terms of the lineup of people. I know that I was one of the people that said that I don't want to see only entertainers. I don't want to see only media people. I want to see intellectuals. I want to see people from all walks of life. We can't. I don't think it is. It's beginning to look like we are churning out only singers, rappers, um, and all these people every year. I would like to see something different, right? And Big Brother gave it to me this year. It looks like Big Brother had that your space solo. It be like say Big Brother the send spy, right? To come and listen to our comments and take ideas from there, to work with. So I'm glad to see Chichi, and I'm glad that she's confident. She's doing what she's doing with her full chest, and she's not ashamed of it, right? Um, she's she's not shy
Honestly, it
about
could
it.
be because we are just doing we are just doing our job in terms of making sure that the audience out there are watching the show, they are
Hmm.
engaging, and we're also giving them
Hmm.
like reports of what's going on. So it's
Hmm.
possible. It's very possible with that comment. Like I can't tell who the person is, but
Yeah.
definitely I agree with you.
No, I agree with you, Lori, because some of the things that we said on your show, are be on your space. We've seen them play out in this current Big Brother, right? So I'm like, be like say spy did there, we don't know. But anyway, for Chichi, I think that Chichi is a troublemaker, I must say. Um, and I know that, and I think that her energy should be checked, her energy should be watched. People should not take her for granted in the house. And by that, I mean that, anybody that is ready to fight, you should be careful around the person. Anybody that is ready to fight, we must be careful around the person, right? Because the person may have nothing to lose, but you may have something to lose. So I think that that is the kind of person that CHICHI is. CHICHI is ready for you. Anyhow you want to bring it, she will give it to you. So I think that she should just manage. I think she should manage her emotions. Not all highlights are worth it, in my opinion. Not all highlights are worth it. I think that, especially that you're in the first week, you should be careful. Then this triangle, I don't even know whether it's a jointed triangle or a disjointed triangle, but there's some triangle-ish thing working out between CHICHI, SHEGGZ, and Bella that I really don't understand. So I think that she should. I think we have so much to say about her, Sha. Whether SHEGGZ likes her or not, or whether she's trying to cause some confusion between SHEGGZ and Bella or not, I really don't know. I don't know what's about, but um, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. It's still the first week, Tosi. Let's see. Let's see how it works. Let's see how it works. So that's it for CHICHI. I think she's a troublemaker. I think she's a firecracker that should be watched out for. If you are not careful, a fire would light you up. So I think other housemates should just watch her, not avoid her, but just know how to manage her. That's it.
All right, thank you so much, Dami, for that. And on the last for the last housemate, which is one
Mhm.
of Nigeria's favorites at the moment, and I like the
Nigeria's
fact that a lot
finest.
of people quickly saw a replica of who he was. When he walked on stage, when they read his profile, a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, this is another Kid Wire on the show. Oh, there's a Londoner. Is British. Is this? Is cute? Is Everybody was just going on with their comments. So SHEGGZ, which is his real name is Segun Daniels Olusemo, who is a 26-year-old actor and professional footballer. So he's actually ready to. I mean, he's already gearing up to like be the ladies' favorite on this show because a lot of people are talking about him, and he
Mhm.
said he's a lover. But Omo Segun fine, the Segun guy is cute. Oh, everybody,
Oh
a
Lori,
lot
don't
of
tell me you're
people
on
were
this
just
train. Don't tell me you're on
drooling
this
over
train, oh
him and all
Lori.
of that. So he's single. So Shango is single. He loves relationships, but believes it is essential to find the right person. So he describes himself as a talkative when needed, but a good listener, and considers himself down to earth, relatable, and ambitious. So, what do you think about SHEGGZ before we leave?
Now for SHEGGZ, I don't want to see a situation in Big Brother where it's your fine boy or fine girl that is working for you all the way to the top, right? I want to see you work your ass off to earn whatever pedestal that people put you on. And for me, Shegu comes with all the fine boy, Londoner vibes and all of that, but he's not working it for me. He's not working it. He needs to work it. I acknowledge his handsomeness. I acknowledge his accent. What else did I acknowledge about him? I acknowledge that he has a really beautiful smile and all of that. I acknowledge all of that, but I want to see you work or earn my vote. I want to see you do things that are deserving of the 100 votes or whatever number of votes that I have. So, but he's doing the lover boy. I'm a bit confused, honestly, because with his wooing of Bella, I really don't know what they are doing. One day on the dining, he's talking about this. Another day, he's talking about something else, contrary to what he talked about on the dining. He's talking about he's not here for relationship, or he doesn't know how to pursue someone for too long, blah blah blah. The next thing, he's in Bella's bed, wooing her, saying this and this, asking by day two, Olori, please, I need you to help me understand this thing. He's already talking about he wants twins. Will your mother allow you to marry? In fact, under 24 hours, he was already asking Bella if her mom will allow her to marry a Yoruba boy. I don't even understand. I don't know what's going on there. I don't even imagine or even understand how. this thing happens this fast. But we are here for it. Oh. Anything they want to bring, Olori, we are here to take it. Because if they don't give us, how will we take it? Right? So we are here to take it. I don't know what's happening between he and Chichi, but like I said when I talked about Bella, she needs to be woke. She needs to stay watchful. She needs to be aware. Let's don't take things for granted. Now, as it regards the endearing words that he's been using for some of these housemates, that's Bella and Chichi, because I've heard him say babe to Bella, I've heard him say darling to Chichi. I think that that is just a cultural thing. He grew up in the UK, and they use endearing words loosely. So for anybody to carry that matter on their head, right? I think that they need to check themselves. Nigerians are not used to endearing words. When someone says something nice to you, that oh my love, or I love you, or something like that, it means more than it would mean to people that live in the Western world. So we are not yet sure what um what Shegu means by using those endearing words. But I think that the ladies have a responsibility of guarding their hearts and ensuring that they put their head in the game and don't let someone's words come and slay you. Oh. Hey, 10 weeks, we are still in week 1. Olori, they should stay woke. But Ashagu should take a chill pill. But I think he's using his fine boyness, probably is one of his strategies for the game. He's trying to connect with these ladies so that probably down the line they like him, or they think he's giving them the kind of attention that they want, so that they probably won't vote him out early or whatever. Everybody came with a strategy. So if that's a strategy, then it will work for him. I think that's fine.
It could be one of his strategies though, because if you
Mhm.
if you look at it, a lot of people did mention that this is a kid wire. You know, immediately he came on stage, and of course people saw that. And I remember there was a time Ebuka asked him on stage that, so
Mhm.
what are you here for? What are your plans? And he didn't mention anything about money. So he's like,
No, but
maybe I'm just here to catch cruise. I'm
his
just here
roommate
for
said it
the
now.
fame. I don't care about the money or something like that. So he didn't even say anything about the money. And now that is in the house and we are seeing what's really going on. Definitely this guy is not just here for the money, he's maybe just here to catch phone and cruise, and all of
But his
that.
roommate said it. Olori, do you remember that?
Anyways, so that's all for the 12 new housemates in the Big Brother Naija season 7 house. Dami want to say thank you for joining me on
Yay.
this live stream.
You're welcome.
I didn't want to do this alone, honestly. It could have been boring doing it alone
Anytime,
and just talking
Olori.
about these housemates. So I
Anytime.
needed
Anytime.
someone.
I'm here for you.
Yes, I needed someone to join me on this. So, guys, so there you have it. 24 housemates in the house who are, playing for the grand prize, which is 100 million naira, 50 million naira in cash, and 50 million naira worth of prizes from sponsors. You can
Mhm.
watch Big Brother Niger on DSTV channel 198 and 199. You can also watch on GoTV channel 3 and channel 29. So please do not
Mm.
forget to follow us on our social media platforms, which is at Olorisupergal on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and we also here on YouTube, which is Olorisupergal TV. Please follow us, subscribe, like, share, comment, and of course, we'll be bringing you more updates on Big Brother Nigeria season 7.
Olori,
Thank
you
you
remind
guys.
them
Thank you,
that
Dami.
you remind them that you have space conversations, like hot, hot, hot. So they have to join in. I think it's been happening every day now. So if they would like to contribute, they should just join in and make their contributions. It's always an interesting time.
All right. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next time. All right. Bye, Dami.
Bye.
Bye.